Hey, everybody, this is Sean Day with Blue Skies Recruiting. And this is something I want to say right off the bat is I want to tell you to join our Facebook group called Blue Collar Recruiting. Blue Collar Recruiting. I'm going to go through very quickly what our automated recruiting system looks like very quickly. If you want to set up a demo to better understand and go through it over maybe 15 minutes or so and ask some questions, I'll be happy to do that. I'll have a link on here where you can schedule a demo. But let me take you into the system here. I'm going to share my screen, and I've got 30 years experience in recruiting, and we've got a lot of experience, especially with the blue collar, at $10 to $20 an hour. Um, Employee, if you will. We deal with all kinds of services, landscaping, house cleaning, window cleaning, childcare, anything that is in that 10 to $25 an hour blue collar network. And we deal with those companies. We also can do recruiting for those companies, though, not just the techs that are out there cleaning and making money and swiping things and cutting lawns and so on, but also salespeople in that industry, operations managers in those industries. We've gotten area sales managers, territory managers, ops managers, project managers, office help, office admin, and so on and so forth. So let's go through it real quick here. The first thing we're going to do normally is we have prospective clients fill out a profile that looks a little bit like this. We're going to ask what your services are, all kinds of things, your culture. We want to learn about everything that you have to offer. What is going to make this a great thing? What are some of the knockout questions you have that, the minimum things if they don't have driver's license and so on. So this is the first thing, and this allows us to go through and figure out um, your market, your labor market in your area. We recruit nationwide right now for over 100 different companies. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a job title and job descriptions that work and produce as much application flow as possible through all kinds of job boards, Facebook, Craigslist, you name it, we're on it. And we're using all kinds of different artificial intelligence and things like that. So what happens when somebody clicks on one of the job postings we have for you, they're going to get redirected to something that looks like this. It's the job description, it's got the location, but it also has a bunch of questions over here that can be asked. Once they hit submit here, what happens is they go into the tracking system. The first thing you'll notice is this 92 right here. And we ask a ton of questions and have a scoring system. And we know with our scoring system, you've got a much better chance or opportunity to get a worthy candidate to interview. And by the way, our clients do none of this. I'm just showing you how the sausage is made. So the next thing that we do, and this is all automated, by the way, so we can go through thousands and thousands and thousands of applications in seconds. Okay, in seconds, all automated. So the next thing that happens is we can look, if we want, we can look at the resume to make sure they're not job hopping and get references and things like that. We also, if they score well enough at this point, we ask that they do a personality assessment. So these questions are called pre-screening questions here that give us a score. And these are geared towards your industry. We have specific industry questions that we ask them, and it helps uncover an awful lot. It also has knockout questions like, do you have a driver's license? Do you have reliable transportation? Can you work in the United States, and so on? If they do well up to this point, we ask that they do a personality assessment. And the personality assessments that we have are looks a little bit like this: achievement, striving, emotional stability, integrity, optimism. There's a lot more that we can ask too. These are also geared towards, this one happens to be for a cleaning tech, but they're geared, there's other ones geared towards sales, towards management and some other things. And then what we do at this point is if they score the minimum, if they don't score the minimum requirement that we demand of them after vetting them, we send them an email on our client's behalf that pretty much says, thank you very much, have a good day. Much more professional than that, but we make them go away. They're not worthy enough to interview. And again, our clients are doing nothing at this point. So what happens is if they score well enough on all the assessments and all of our reviewing and what we call our CAL, it's a proprietary type of scoring system that includes a bunch of different things. If they meet the minimum, score that we have, our data shows that they are a worthy person to interview. And at least at our companies, at Blue Sky Services, we hire about 91% of the people that make it to the interview table. So here's where you come in as a client finally. Again, you've done nothing up to this point. You're just kind of waiting, right? And within a week or two, we normally should have some good application flow and an interview set up. So what we do is you sit back and you wait for something that looks like this. It's an email that comes over. It says interview request urgent. It'll say the person's name, their position. It'll also have their phone number and some other things that you can't see here, email address, and all kinds of different things like that. And what you do is you look for Awesome Joe in the system, and you set up an interview. So we do all the vetting here. We do everything that you see here. You give us the profile form. We post it all over the place on the job boards. They answer all the questions when they click. They hit submit. They get a score. Here's the score here, minimum score, or we send them away. If they do hit that minimum score, we'll look at their resume to make sure they didn't have 5 jobs and they've only lasted at 2 months at each of them. We don't want job hoppers. And then we'll put them onto the personality assessments. We've done all of this for you. All you do is wait for an email that says, hey, my name is Awesome Joe. I was vetted by Blue Sky Services, and you set up interviews. You get an email, interview, hire, hire, hire. That's it. Thank you very much. If you want a demo, go ahead and click the bottom there. And there's no other service like this. Certainly not in our industry. There's no other service that does an application tracking system but manages it for you too. You can go out and get an application tracking system. Good luck learning how to use it properly. It'll probably take you 2 months to do that. And then you're going to have to create all these templates, all these questions. It took us 9 months to get ours straightened around and working as perfectly as we can. We've got some other bonuses too, but go ahead. I appreciate it. Again, it's Sean over at Blue Sky Services. And don't forget to join our Facebook group, Blue Collar Recruiting, and we'll have a link for that as well. You guys, thank you so much for watching. You have a good day.